using the back hand to move the pole around, it's kind of like when you're rowing a boat. Your boat's locked in here, and you don't have the whole giant long oar in the water. It's locked in here. All you're moving is one end, and that gives you the ability to move that heavy oar and scoot that ship through the water. This is the idea using here, is just rolling this end around. You know, even with these little choppy motions, I'm not hitting here. That's going to wear me out. I'm going to be too slow. I'm hitting here. Boom, boom, boom. You know, the front arm goes in and out if it moves any at all, but it's not going back and forth. If you ever do pel work, you can practice that with a pel. Get through your pole and just hit low, high, low, high, low, high, and keep the front hand still, and just get that motion trained into your muscle memory. Practice stabbing. We didn't go into a lot of the finesse of stabbing with this. A little bit on that. You can shoot for holes. If Claire's got a shield and she's scaring me, and all I can see is this little hole right there, I can shoot for that. I can go up there and just kind of guide with this hand and boom, shoot that through. If she's got a shield up in her other hand. The shield in her water.
Can you hold that for me for a second, please?
Gives hydrator dye a whole new meaning.
Yeah, she's got a cup in her mouth. Okay, so right here, I can see a little bit of her hip. When I shoot for that, if I don't have good accuracy, I'm going to miss. I'm going to hit the shield, I'm going to hit her leg, I'm going to just shoot right on by her. Similar to pel work, if you take freaking tennis balls and just hang them from a string and just practice shooting and hitting, that's going to do wonders for your accuracy. Or just, put spots somewhere. Don't put spots on your wall, because these things will go through sheetrock. And you will get pitched at. I promise you.
Sounds like a personal experience there.
I would say set up cans. That's labor intensive, so you got setting them back up. But get you something where you can have spots that you can just practice this motion.
I have a page. Would that work?
Yes.
All right.
Just like draw circles on him, or go for nipples or whatever. But this motion, front foot pointed at the opponent, not leaning over your knee, and just bit, 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 and just get good at popping points. And that's going to do wonders for your pole work. The most irritating thing I went through learning how to use a pole was freaking missing stabs. I would see a beautiful opening, shielding, got his head up his ass, there's his shoulder sticking out, right in the eye. Damn it. Over and over, and people got pissed about that. It took me quite a while to learn not to stab people in the eye when I'd see that shoulder sticking out there. Practice aiming spots, and your shield work's just going to be phenomenal. All right, a little point on the slashing. Whenever you're coming in for a slash, grab that heater. Whenever you're slashing with a pole, of course, obviously you don't want to just slash with the front of it. That's that labor-intensive, nasty. That's no good there. You want to get the front up there and then pop the back in. This is your aiming point. When you move your feet, let's say I've got the guy lined up. He's hard to get at. He's got good coverage there. I've got to get around him. When I go to move my feet, I'm going to move my hands too. I'm going to take this aiming point and shoot it way out to the side. That way, when I move my back foot and bring the back of the pole around, I'm shooting past his shield. We're not going to practice that right now just because that stings a lot. There's really no soft way to do that and have the form right. But just be aware. Moving your feet and moving your hands together is the key to decent slashing. You're just not going to slash somebody to death with a pole. Standing right there in front of them, they're going to block that all day. These things move slow. They move slower than the shields, they move slower than swords. Whoever's in front of you is just going to yawn, and come in and kill you. But when you move your feet and your hands together, that gives you the angles you're looking for. That gives you the opportunity to shoot around stuff. If he bites on that, So he sees what I'm doing. He's like, oh my God, this guy's stepping around me, gonna stick me in the side. And I get back there and he blocks that. I can slip stab. Once again, I don't have to see where he is. As long as I can get my front hand past his shield, then the backhand can do its job. That make sense? So guide with the front hand, shoot with the backhand, and move your feet to get the angle. Any questions on that? That's basic pole work 101. Beyond that, there's trick shots. There's things you've got to have accuracy to learn. For example, I'm not going to sit here today and try to teach aiming for shoulders, simply because that's an advanced pole technique. Otherwise, you're going to knock out teeth and eyes. Practice your hitting points first. When I'm fighting somebody, I can see that shoulder. I've got it lined up. Boom, I can get that. That's basically a culmination of everything we just talked about. That's my front hand guiding over the shield. That's my backhand shooting and not allowing the front hand to dip or whatever. That's my feet bringing me into the right position. That's my body lined up. Everything we just talked about would go into those little fine finesse points. So practice slip stabbing, practice the double legging, and practice pel work where you're hitting stuff, like hitting points, and this will all come together with you like real easy. Question?
One thing I've noticed with my pel, if I'm working on something, for example, stabbing with my pole, I start out as slow as I have to and even slower to make sure I'm hitting the spot and using the correct form, and then I slowly speed it up.
If you practice correct form, you're going to have, or if you practice correct form, you're going to have correct form. If you practice bad form, you're going to have bad form. And what everybody tends to forget on a pel is, what are my feet doing? People think footwork is, okay, I guess. But to me, footwork is, what are my feet doing when my weapon is in contact with the opponent? And especially with pole work, it is damn important for that front foot to be leading your opponent. Because if you're looking like this, and I miss, I'm on monkey butt now. He's gonna get me, I'm off balance. If I'm here and I miss, I've got a really good chance of being able to take back control of the fight because my balance is still in, because my feet are lined up. So be really aware of what your feet are doing while you're practicing stuff. And actually it slows down your practice at the beginning, because they're trying to hit a spot and paying attention to my feet, miss. Once you no longer have to pay attention to your feet, once they're doing the right thing without having to think about it, then everything else just falls right into a line.